And turn has advanced.
Indeed, yes it has. Let us watch turn.
Watching. 20 in equatorial
Okay,
states.
20. That's not bad.
Boom.
That's what we predicted he had. That does suck that he hit me with all of it in St. Helena, but
He's also going to Falkland Islands.
with 5. So he most likely deployed 25 then.
In
So
that case, I guess he has Europe.
Yeah, crap. He's in North India. At least he lost one attacking there. Blockade in Myanmar.
And we are one card piece away.
Okay. So we only need... If he's got 25 income and we're half a piece of a card away, that means next turn I can have 28 income if I take Ural. I would like
Sounds
to
good to
do
me.
that. If you could
I have
hit...
the guys in Central Kazakh, yeah.
Yes, that would be great.
Make sure you have attack teammates, true. Or attack teammates, yes.
Attack teammates, yes. Got it.
Yeah. I guess I'll just put everything into bet. I mean, he's got to deploy guys if he wants to break me. And that may give you the opportunity to break into Morocco or Iberian Peninsula if he has Europe, but preferably Morocco.
Yeah, definitely. I'd much prefer going into Morocco, which is probably why he'll defend Morocco and not Iberian Peninsula. So I'll probably be hitting Iberian if he's got these. The other possibility is he's got picks in Africa and in North America, and he's got
That's
five,
possible.
yeah, total of 5 income up there. Either way, so, oh jeez.
Yep.
So he can hit me with up to 26 from Falkland Islands.
Okay.
So what will I need to defend this?
16, 17, 18, something like that.
Let's see if 16 does it. 26 will take that. Most likely. 60% chance. I would need 17.
17.
Yep. So, let's see. I can only get 16 if I'm going to guarantee your roll. Great.
I think it's unlikely he would put absolutely everything and attack you, but I'm not sure if it's 80% likely that he would that he would at least deploy one somewhere else. So might want to go for the 80% in Ural.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. So you're hitting Sverdlov's first move with 2. I'll
And
hit
at
it
the moment, it's
second
my
move.
only move.
Treat teammates as enemies. Hit with 2. Yeah, I'll be moving my guy from Japan up to Kamchatka so I can hopefully use him in Bethel eventually. I will. I think just in case he doesn't place everything in Falkland Islands, because if he places a bunch in Falkland Islands and hits me in South Kono Sur, I'm basically going to lose everything anyway. Oh, actually, my first move should be out of St. Helena.
Yeah, that should be.
Second move should be hitting you in Sverdlovsk. I made my 3 attack the first move instead.
Oh.
But I will not do that.
Aight.
Venezuela to Caribbean, and then Caribbean to the Azores. I'll hit that with 4. I don't anticipate he will hit the Azores because he's got moves to do already.
He does, yeah. He's got to split his income up.
He's already got...
Do you want to just move your guys from Venezuela up, or should you use them as delay and split them up?
I don't think the delay is necessary because we have delay cards.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're just gonna use a delay card.
Yeah, although I could use both.
Not necessary, in my opinion.
Well,
I don't think he has two, considering he's been alone for several turns and is behind on cards.
do you think he has one?
He might.
That's the real question.
I don't know why he would use it this turn.
Because he's got nothing in Falkland Islands, and he will, if he places it and hits me last move,
I don't
that would be good.
I don't see why he would care to use a card to do it though.
Okay. Well,
That's just, I mean, just from what I'm assuming from his perspective, is he doesn't really see much of an advantage from using a card. Because he doesn't think you would hit him back. That's the big thing.
possibly, yeah.
I mean, you went to St. Helena and just kind of sat there.
True, I guess he could see that, but I also tried to take Falkland Islands last turn, so I
With
mean,
only a few.
yeah, because I didn't know he was there. He was gonna go there. Uh, anyway,
Yep.
so ugh, the game is looking a bit scary right now. I anticipate he will not even attack you in Tibet, except with maybe like 2 or something. No, he probably won't even attack you with that. He'll probably move everything to Pakistan. That's what I think he'll do.
It's possible.
And then he will try and either go into Xinjiang next turn or delay into Tibet, depending on what he anticipates.
It would be amazing if he decided to go to North Bay of Bengal.
Yeah, that would be
I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope he does that.
that would be
Although I
great.
doubt he will.
Yeah, I think
There's
he'll
no
just.
real reason for him to, anyways.
I
Even from his
anticipate he'll lose. He'll lose. He'll basically use most of his income, if not all of his income, in Falkland Islands because he knows he can defend equatorial states. Or he should know. He might think
True.
we could have a card this turn. So he might place a few in equatorial states, but I anticipate he'll place basically everything in Falkland Islands and hit me in South Kono Sur.
That is quite plausible.
And then what he'll do in equatorial states is he might attack me in St. Helena, or he could sit. I don't know if he might. I honestly don't know. I would anticipate that he would rather place guys a few in equatorial states and hit. See, the thing is, if he places nothing in equatorial states, then and just attacks, then he's risking me breaking in there behind an order delay. That's why I think he might just sit in equatorial states.
From his perspective, I don't think that he would sit. I think he's going to hit.
If you think he's going to hit, then I shouldn't place stuff in South Kono Sur. I should be placing everything in St. Helena.
No, that I don't mean he should. He's going to put guys in Falkland Islands and do that. I think that's likely. But I don't think he's just going to sit there in equatorial states. I think he's going to hit from there as well.
Yeah, and you think he's going to place stuff in equatorial states?
I have no idea. He might not. He might not place a single guy in equatorial states. But even if he doesn't, I think he's still going to hit from there.
That makes sense. But if he does not place anything there in equatorial states, then I should be hitting him back.
I don't feel nearly confident enough in that.
Okay. See, I feel
that
like
is way too much of a gamble in this situation. Considering we have the very viable tactic of going through the Azores, I don't think we need to try something like that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I believe that he will do that. I believe
Because
he
that's
will.
literally an all or nothing strat right there.
Well, the upside of all or nothing strats is the all. If you get the all, then you win.
Yeah, but here we can sort of do something similar with less nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that
I prefer the Azor hit. I will say that.
I'm gonna make the Azor hit regardless. That will definitely happen. The difference is not the Azor hit is not a give or take. I mean, is not something that I would compromise on. I'll definitely be making the Azor hit. The other issue is where will I place my other income? Will I place it in South Kono Sur, or will I place it in St. Helena? Those
South
are the
Coniston, I
questions.
think. And then just first move out of St. Helena.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
But I
that
would
is what I
anticipate.
believe.
I believe honestly that a hit in equatorial states would probably work, and I also believe that if you first move to Pakistan, that would also work, because I believe he will sidestep you in Tibet and go to Pakistan. These are things that I think he will do because he's got nothing better to do with those guys. He definitely, we know for certain he won't sit in North India, right? I mean, we're pretty
Of
certain
course
on
not.
that.
No,
He,
I think he's just gonna put a few guys there and hit face.
and if he hits face, then he'll lose most everything. And he would, if he places too 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 many guys over there, I should say. If he places too many guys, he could just take you in Tibet. But the problem with that is he would then have a threat in Falkland Islands and the Azores to
Hmm.
deal with.
I mean, this is sort of the issue where where that he's in right now is that we forced him to be in multiple fronts,
And to play perfectly, basically.
and he's got to split his income perfectly in order to counter this. So,
Well, he does need to split it perfectly based on what we do. But if he plays imperfectly, the thing is there are advantages we can take from what he does. Like the move in equatorial states to St. Helena, and the move from well from North India to whatever he does. If he just hits in Tibet, then well, of course, sitting is the right move. If he sidesteps you to Pakistan, which is another alternative move, uh, then going to Pakistan would be the right move, because he would just ram you and die, because he wouldn't place anything there in that case, because he wouldn't expect to move to Pakistan. Of course he wouldn't. But
indeed,
the
but
same
that's
as
another all or nothing strat. I
mm-hmm.
risking a four bonus like that just doesn't seem worthwhile to me.
See, I understand, but at the same time, the way I see it, it you gotta. I mean, if you look at what he sees here, I mean, he sees that he should see anyway. You have seven income. I mean, seven guys that you can. Seven income. Sorry, seven in bonuses. So 12 total income that you can place in Tibet. He should see he can't take that. He can't take it unless he places so much in North India that he would have to avoid placing stuff in Falkland Islands and attacking in South Konosur, or avoid hitting in St. Helena.
Do you think he's going to be that careful of a player in this
Uh,
situation? He
Depending
just
on how
came
smart he is,
he
I
just
think he's
came
a good
into
player.
India with a stack. He's got an army advantage on you, an
Uh huh.
army advantage on me. He doesn't know our exact incomes.
I think he should know, because he saw me place it, and he saw you place it. Well, he
He
didn't see
didn't
you
see me
place it,
place it. He saw
but he basically did, because
he
what he did see was
he only
you.
saw 15 from you.
Oh, really?
Okay, no, he saw 18.
No, he saw 19.
When
Wait,
did he
no,
see
never
me?
mind. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
He saw 18 from you 2 turns ago.
Uh huh.
And that
And
was the
then
first time that you bordered him.
and then he saw 15 the next turn plus a 4 hit in Falkland Islands.
He didn't get to see that. Oh, wait, you were right. He did. Yeah.
So he would assume maybe one leftover or something like that. He could assume all leftovers, but I definitely don't think his were leftovers. His leftovers he used in South to go into Sri Lanka, obviously. Uh, anyway, I mean, we're just talking about it. I think these are moves that are very likely. The Pakistan move and hitting into St. Helena with bare bones, basically what he's got there, or maybe a few guys more in either play in equatorial states. But
If you think that we need to go for these strats, then I'm fine with it. Because
all,
if it works out, then we win. But if it doesn't, we lose. So we can decide the game this turn if we want. Or we can wait until like 1 to 2 turns from now to see how your Azor hit works out. And that will end up determining the game. Because really, these like all or nothing strats,
Mm-hmm.
this is the only turn we can really do them.
Yeah.
This is the only situation where they would really work out enough to really decide the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to do them, now's the time. We do have the alternative, though. Now, whether
Uh,
the alternative is better or worse, I'm not entirely sure.
well, here's the thing. We have the Azores. Period. The Azores is
Well,
not the
yeah.
Azores is going to always be there unless he hits out of there, in which case it wouldn't be there anyway. So basically, the Azores is something we can't say we have an alternative, an either or, to go to the Azores. It's not that. We
Well,
do.
you would be losing 3 income, and I would be losing 4 income if it doesn't work our way.
Yeah, but the Azores hit would still be at the worst. Then I would have 25 income. Oh well, that's also no. At the worst is I would have 22 income if Euro went bad and I got the 20% there. That would be the worst. That would be the absolute most horrible thing. Uh, but see what I'm saying is
Yeah,
the Azores hit is either definitely going to be there or it's definitely not. It's not something we really have. Uh, we we have to choose from, I guess. I'm definitely going to do that. Period. Uh, the all or nothing moves in equatorial states or Tibet. The only thing that gives me pause about the Tibet move is that he does have less. I mean, he does have more than I would like. If he had like 15 or something guys, I'd say, yeah, definitely go to Pakistan. Definitely. Without a doubt. There's no way he would just play stuff in North India and hit you in Tibet. Unless he has over 20 guys, which he does. So it is possible he could do that. The equatorial states thing is it's a little less clear to me because I do see a possibility where he could sit in equatorial states because he does need to keep me from breaking into Africa.
true.
Personally, if I were him, I wouldn't attack out of equatorial states unless I place stuff there. But I personally would not attack out of equatorial states because I knew I could defend him next turn in equatorial states, no matter what he did. So no matter what the other player, which is me, did, I would place everything in Falkland Islands and hit South Kono Sur
Yeah.
because there's basically no good defense against that. But I would also go to Pakistan. I would
And
go
I
to,
think that he's
yeah.
going to hit St. Helena.
Mm-hmm. He very well. I believe he probably will. I'm just saying what I would do. Uh, and that's what gives me pause about hitting him in equatorial states.
If anything, I actually think that he's just going to hit you, and I think that with more certainty than anything related to Pakistan.
Oh,
From his perspective, he has an insurmountable army advantage over you right now. He's also threatening both your bonus and one of my bonuses. Okay?
mm-hmm.
There's no reason for him to be passive from his perspective right now. He has an advantage in every single position.
Except Falkland Islands, which is
Well, that's a
even.
positional advantage, less so army advantage.
Yeah, I see what you're
Um,
saying.
so I think that he's going to put his guys, most of them in Falkland Islands, maybe a few in India, and maybe 1 or 2 at 3 at the most in equatorial states, just if he has extra guys that he doesn't know what to do with. And then he's going to hit just. He might not hit in mine if he's paying attention to my income. Then he'll be like, okay, I'm just not going to hit him.
He would go
Uh,
to Pakistan in that
he
case.
would most likely go to Pakistan. He might, however, actually go to North Bay of Bengal because he will know that I have East China.
This is true.
and he will want to pressure that. That's the entire reason why we blockaded in Myanmar,
This
to
is
avoid
true.
that. So he very well might just go to North Bay of Bengal.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't think that there's enough certainty of him going to Pakistan to where we can just do that move with an order priority.
Well, if you believe he'll go to North Bay of Bengal or Pakistan, then we should go to Pakistan because we have an order priority to send you back to Tibet next turn.
I see what you mean.
And that's what I was thinking about along the lines of defending West China.
I would agree with that actually. I would agree with doing that. Yeah. Um, I was assuming using the for order priority this turn, and then next turn, if I try to get back, it would be 50-50 and he would be trying to kill me. But with order priority getting back, I like that better now.
Okay. All right. That does. That would be very cool. That would be very, very, very cool.
Now, should I do that first move into Pakistan?
Yeah, there's the scary part. Oh, that would be the biggest troll if you just move everything out into Pakistan, and he's just like, oh no, and you can imagine
I'm gonna
him
leave.
watching the turn
Should I leave one or two?
too, just in case. But that would be the biggest troll if you can imagine him watching the turn. He's plotted out a hit into Pakistan. He's watching the turn. He sees you first move into Pakistan. He's like, what the fuck? Instead of his stack moving into clear, open Tibet, he goes into Pakistan.
Yep. And then this gives me an army advantage, and then the next turn, I order priority back to Tibet, and he just runs into it again. That is the best case scenario right now.
That would be the most pretty thing. So other ideas. South Kono Sur, Falkland Islands. Do you think it is likely enough that he will hit St. Helena that I should attack Central Africa?
I think he's definitely going to attack St. Helena.
Definitely.
What I don't know is how many guys he will put there. I think he's going to put at least 12 to 15 in Falkland Islands. I think he's going to dedicate at least that many guys down there. What he does with the rest of his income, I'm not sure.
If
he wants to be aggressive against me, he'll put the other guys over there. If he wants to be aggressive against you, he might just put all of those in Falkland Islands. But the more I look at it, I think it's going to be less and less likely that he puts guys in equatorial states.
Alright, well, here's the thing. Here's the number I have here that I can place in St. Helena. I can have up to, after deployments, 24 guys available in St. Helena.
Okay.
23 that can attack equatorial states.
Let's see. If he attacks with 21, you will lose 12 and kill closer to 17. So he will have 4 left over. You will have.
Wait, 17? Really? Wow. I guess that.
You'll have 24 defending. So
yeah. Wow.
Between 16 and 17. Looks like more likely 17. Yeah. And you will lose about 12. So, in that case, you would definitely, if he just hit you with 20, actually, yeah, with him hitting with 20, you would only lose between 11 and 12 instead. And then you would retaliate and break him. So let's see how many can he deploy before that's no longer viable. Let's see, if he deploys 5 and 25, no, yeah, if he deploys 5 and hits with 25,
then it won't work.
He will kill 15 and lose about 16 to 17. So, assuming you kill 17, he will have 8 left over. And then...
we'll be about even.
No, it will be 9 in that case.
If he deploys that many, then it will not work.
Yeah. Hmm.
Basically, the only way it would work is if he deployed basically everything in Falkland Islands or in North India. It's the only way it could work. Is if he only deployed 1 to 2 guys in equatorial states. It's the only way it could work. And that's the reason why I'm
I
not
think
sure
if he
about it.
deployed 3, it would still work.
So he
But
would be
4
hitting
is
with
unlikely.
23. Yeah.
Do you not like those odds?
I think with 25 income, that's a bit too... Yeah, that's a bit too likely he could just place stuff there.
Okay. Then South Counter Sir and retreat from Helen first move.
Alright.
And by the way, my attack into Sverdlovsk is second move. So don't hit it until third move.
It's behind an order delay, so
Okay.
it's no problems. Alright. Ugh, man, I
I've
hope...
committed if you want to check my orders.
I hate that... I hate seeing an opportunity and not feeling like I can capitalize on it. Just if he
I
places
need more armies.
or I need him to have slightly less.
Yeah.
If he places 3 guys or 4 guys in equatorial, wait, was it 3 or 4? Whatever. If he places 3 or 4 guys
if
in
he deploys
equatorial
only 3,
states,
then it still works.
if he deploys 4, it will not
It's
work.
iffy. It
Yeah.
will depend on
Losses.
luck.
Yeah. Oh man. Actually, wait. I'm trying to see something. If he hits with 23 and with 22 into Pakistan,
Yes.
is that worth it? Really? Because I just noticed, based on what you're moving over there with 23, is that really worth it? I get the feeling it is because it'll still avoid the double border in Xinjiang, Tibet.
22.
I get the feeling it will be.
He will kill 13. I will kill 7. No, 16.
Okay, that's good. All right, I was just trying to see because really the big problem I saw was, well, wait, what if he just knocks down your stack? And if the smaller stacks favor the guys with more income because they can, it's just the value of ratios. So if you have very small equal stacks, it's better to have equal stacks that are like much bigger if you're the small guy. If you're the big guy, you want the stacks to get small so you can overwhelm the small guy with the additional income.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. All right, well, I think we've talked about it enough. I'm going to hit him with 16 in Falkland Islands behind an order delay. And I'm moving back from St. Helena first move.
Sounds good.
Oh, man.
Random question. What are you doing with your guys in Alaska?
They're just sitting now.
Should you move? Oh, well, you're using an order delay. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Unless he uses an order delay and he has exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in delay, it won't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
I've committed.
Yeah.
Watching turn.
Let's watch.
I'm prepared.